Listen to what you could make with our brand new Serum 2 preset pack, Dubstep Domination.
DJ, come with the tune. DJ, come with the tune.
So one of the things that holds most dubstep producers back is having a loud mix that's able to compete with all of the other flagship artists in the industry. And there's nothing that can make your mixes sound better than having high quality sounds that are easy to mix and that are intuitive to work with right out of the box. Not having to learn a bunch of special processing, not having to do a bunch of cleanup EQing and cleanup leveling. These are the things that cause 99% of producers to end up hitting walls and writer's block and just slowing down their workflow. These days, it's really important to be able to get your ideas out in the DAW as quick as possible and have sounds and drops that really bring out the excitement and the energy that a lot of bass music listeners are expecting these days. We decided it wasn't important to be the first company on the market to put out a Serum 2 pack that's full of a bunch of generic, half-baked ideas, some that are just ported from Serum 1. We wanted to really put a lot of effort and value into this pack and focus on quality over quantity. So we're not here to tell you, oh, we have 1 million presets for you to use. We have 60 presets in this pack, and I can guarantee that almost none of those are duds. Obviously, it's a little subjective, so you might not like a preset or two, but there's not a single preset in this pack that you're gonna scroll through and be like, damn, that sucks. I'm never gonna use this. There's a reason why artists like Dion Timmer, Wales, Ivory, Company use our sounds in their music. The one thing that has made sonic weaponry stand out in this industry that's saturated with all these different preset packs and everything like that is the quality that we put into our packs and the thoughtfulness we put into how you're gonna use our presets. Every single preset has 8 macros. Every single preset has a generator rack version for it, for Ableton and for FL Studio, where you get access to a random button that gives you infinite starting points for your presets. It's crazy how many artists have used this pack, and it's like that's the sticking point for them. They're like, the generators, they're so easy. I can just drag them in the DAW and just click random and I have just a banger sound to use right off the bat. And then on top of that, we got the drop MIDI that you can drag in and play with. In a second here, we'll go more in depth into some of the awesome features that are available with every single preset in this pack. But we have a world-class team of sound designers, some of the most talented, cracked sound designers in the game right now that work alongside myself to create these packs and to make sure that every sound sounds amazing right out of the box, so that especially newer producers who don't know how to process and mix their sounds, or for producers who are just looking to speed up their workflow and want less barriers in between the idea in your head and getting it out into the DAW, we've done all the heavy lifting here so that you don't have to spend hours tweaking a sound or designing a sound trying to get it right. These packs make producing way more fun. So Dubstep Domination consists of a huge variety of different types of basses that you would need for making modern heavy dubstep. Dubstep Domination covers Briddim and Tearout and kind of everything in between. We have a huge variety of basses, and we've organized them instead of just labeling them all basses and making you doom scroll through all of the different sounds trying to find what you're looking for. We've categorized them all by the type of sound. So as you can see here, we have cooker basses, foghorn, growl, glitch, guns, lasers. We have some just labeled layer, so you know that this is a good base for layering on top of other stuff. One of the layers is called synth generator, and it literally just generates like background noise to layer on sustains. Speaking of sustains, we got a fuck ton of sustains here. We got tonal basses, womps. That should make it a lot easier to find exactly what you're looking for. And to take it a step further, we made sure that every single preset in this pack has an audio demo so that you can hear exactly what it's going to sound like. So let's take a look at Whiplash. This is actually influenced directly by Crank That song Whiplash. And if we click play on it, you'll get to hear a version of how it could sound. Every single preset has 8 macros. And so the macros change the sounds a lot, so you get a lot of variation out of each sound, but this is one example. And you can do that for every single preset in here. So you can also go into the clip section of every single sound in the library that allows you to see exactly how a professional would write MIDI and macro automation for that preset. Now, this isn't the only way to write for it, but it's just an example so that you have a starting point if you're not completely sure how to use the preset. So if I play this one, so as you can see here, there's even things like the pitch bends being automated, the macros being automated, and you can see all the automation just clicking through the tabs, and you can see it being done if you show the macros at the top. We also give you access to all of the MIDI clips used in all these sequences in a folder, so you can just drag them into your DAW and use them with different presets and different sounds to get an instant starting point to start writing a drop. On top of that, you'll see that every single preset has a description at the top that is either giving you a tip for how to use it. So anytime there's a word that's capitalized and has a quotation mark, that's referring to the macro. So there's a macro labeled Titan here. So that would be better for laser fills according to the description on this preset. Or another example, this one's called Pattern Screamer. And this one says to go to the transpose knob down here. And if you set it to 0, you get the bass from Pattern Screamer. So fun little tips like that allow you to get more out of each preset and experiment and find new ways to use them. Now, every preset comes with 8 macros minimum, but some even have a 9th macro that's routed to the mod wheel. And if you look in the description, it says mod wheel dash pitch mod. So that's basically explained to you what the mod wheel is doing. So earlier I mentioned one of the most powerful aspects of this pack is the fact that we made generator rack versions of every single preset in the pack, giving you the opportunity to randomize all the macros on each preset. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of these generator racks. To demonstrate, I'm going to dig into the drop MIDI folder inside this pack, which gives you, I forgot the exact number. Obviously, if you're on the site right now, you can scroll down and see the exact number, but it's something like 50 MIDI that are in this folder. And these are all MIDI that we took out of all those demos when you go through the presets and you can hear all the demos and look in the clips how we wrote for them. We extracted all that MIDI one by one. It was a bit tedious, but we took it all out and put it in a folder so you can audition it on any presets that you want. So let's go ahead and drag one in here, and I'm gonna show you just a couple randomizations of the generator racks and how helpful and valuable of a starting point it is, because you're gonna get sounds that you might not have found on your own from just messing with the macros. You pretty much get infinite variations of every preset. So let's go ahead and click random a couple times and see what crazy variations we get. Oh, goddamn. So that's already a full drop's worth of variations. Oh, nasty. Let's try a different sound. You're getting 60 plus presets to work with here. So that's 60 plus generators. Ooh. What the fuck? See, sometimes you just get the craziest sounds. And for all of these generator racks, we also have FL Studio versions. So it's not just Ableton. If you're in FL Studio as well, we got you covered. We built entire patcher racks with a randomize button and everything. So you can do the same thing you're seeing me do in Ableton, also in FL Studio. Let's fuck with a new MIDI. Oh, this is perfect. What the fuck? Those are two completely different sounds. Literally, we've gotten like 4 completely different sounds. Like that fills out a full drop. Like I can use those for multiple sections in each drop and it sounds fresh every single time. That's crazy. We haven't gotten a single one that isn't like unique and new. That's like, what are we at? Like 10 generations now. So I could do this all day. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun messing around with these generators. So with this pack, you're getting 60 plus presets, 60 plus generators, like 50 to 60 MIDI. You can check the page for all the exact numbers. I'm sorry I don't know them off the top of my head. But if you decide to upgrade to the full bundle, because this pack comes in a full bundle with 3 other packs that are focused on different genres of bass music, plus an effects chain, an effects preset arsenal for Serum 2, and a giant 730 LFO shapes for Serum 2. So like the effects arsenal and the LFO shapes are for helping you make your own sounds that are as quality as the sounds we made, because they're shapes and effects presets directly extracted from all the presets we made. On top of that, you also get access to all of the demos that you heard in the very beginning of this video are project files that you can go into and see exactly how they were made and use however you would like. On top of that, we also have production tutorials specifically for Dubstep Domination. We have Agony, a crazy crack Tearout producer, teaching you exactly how to write Tearout drops and how to mix and layer. We have Kozmoz teaching you how to mix all these presets so that they're loud and have the energy and weight that you want in heavy dubstep, among a bunch of other tutorials. I've been producing for 8 years at this point, and I learned so much from honestly all of these tutorials that are in the Serum 2 supply drop. So I definitely recommend checking out the Serum 2 supply drop. You're gonna get access to project files for all the different genres, all the production workshops, and then on top of that, you're also getting like a $19 gift card to Sonic Weaponry, which we're gonna have all sorts of other crazy shit coming out soon. So if you're already on the website, just scroll down and there'll be a link for the Serum 2 supply drop, and it'll show you everything you're getting if you choose to upgrade. If not, you're still getting a beast of a pack with this one. So I hope this was informative for you and put you on to some fucking gas. This stuff, like, we really tried to pack as much value into this pack as possible. We really want to make it worth your money. And like I said, myself and a lot of other talented artists worked really hard on this. So if you fuck with us as artists and you just want to support us and you just want to level up your music, definitely consider purchasing the pack. I appreciate your time. This has been Cubic with Sonic Weaponry, and I'll see you next time.